So for the third module, I want to talk about accounting thought. And there's a great reading within this module that I think sums up just about exactly what accounting is, and that's The Antecedents of Double Entry by A.C. Littleton. So what is accounting? It's basically the financial transactions within a business or between businesses, and accounting keeps businesses going. Without this, without money, without the transactions, you're not going to have your business going. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you're not moving money and reevaluating things and stuff like that, within accounting, you're not going to be able to keep your business going. Capital drives accounting, so money drives accounting. And within this antecedents of double entry, bookkeeping is highly stressed in this passage, and bookkeeping is seen as basically some sort of capital within accounting. So credit, wealth, writing ability, property, and so many other possessions can be used as capital in accounting, and you can see all of these things represented in the antecedents of double entry. So now let's talk about real-world examples within accounting thought and how they relate to the antecedents of double entry. So PwC is the world's leading accounting company. They basically provide services such as accounting, auditing, taxes, management strategies, and human resources services to a variety of other different companies. And they do all this with the ability of transactions of money and trading things like services for money. So accounting is huge within this business, and PwC is basically the world's leading accounting company. They bring in an annual revenue of about $50.3 billion. So that's $50.3 billion each year. And they also have about 3,850 partners that they do business with. So they have about 3,850 people that they're actually networking and accounting with on almost a daily basis. And this is where basically all of their money is coming from. So what does exactly PwC do? They work for aerospace companies, defense systems, automotive industries, energy development, the government, hospital services, insurance companies, baking, consumer markets, and public transportation. So they have this wide variety of different businesses that they cater towards that actually bring in all of the revenue. And just like in the antecedents of double entry, PwC has seemingly countless physical assets that they can use within the accounting business to further boost their accounting profits. So they have, like in the previous slide, providing a bunch of different services such as auditing, taxes, management strategies, and human resource services, and they can apply all of that to all of these different types of companies, for example, in defense systems or the automotive industry or energy development. And this is where all of their money comes from, and you can draw kind of a line between PwC and the antecedents of double entry because you can see that PwC has seemingly countless different ways of capital, countless different ways of credit that they're moving around within accounting and doing all these transactions, and that's how they make all of their money. So with that said, I want to bring up another reading which basically ties in just about everything that I'm talking about, and that's The Complete English Tradesman by Daniel Defoe. And according to Defoe, the applications within the industry are more important than just about everything else. That's basically the main point of this reading. Within accounting, applying yourself, networking, and presenting raw and unedited data are the ways to success. And we can see that through PwC. We can see that they have, within accounting, have these countless data points, all these credits that they're working towards with seemingly countless different companies and countless different services, all through these financial transactions that allow them to bring in all of this money. PwC is a great example of applying themselves within the industry that they're working on and turning that into profits. So to sum up this module of accounting thought goes beyond the simple numerical financial data. It's not just basically looking at numbers and drawing conclusions. It more dives deep into evaluating the financial data of each industry and how that affects partners and competitors within the industry. So through accounting, you're going to look at all the transactions, let's say in a given year, and then for the next year, you'll be able to see through all these data points, how can we improve? What can we work on? And basically what areas are good and what areas need improvement. Just like in The Complete English Tradesman, as well as the antecedents of double entry, it's important that the more resources you have, the stronger of an accounting system that you can build. Just like once again with PwC, they have seemingly countless different ways of income, and that's why they're the world's leading accounting company. So the final module that I want to talk about is motivations for commercial enterprise. And a commercial enterprise is basically any legal profit activity relating to a sole proprietorship, partnership, joint company, corporation, or trust. And some other terms are commerce, business traffic, or simply just business, just a business. Once again, just like all the other modules, money is basically the only driving force within the commercial enterprise. Without money, nothing will happen. Your business will either fail or not even start in the first place. I kind of like to see it as money is the grease in the machine. Other parts may make the machine move, but at the end of the day, the machine will fall apart if you have no grease. So money really is that kind of long-term asset that you have that can keep your business going and keep it running smoothly. And without that, or in this case, grease in a machine, it'll most likely break down. So let's talk about some real-world applications of a commercial enterprise. Some examples of this are basically any food service or driving services, such as taxis, Ubers, and Lyfts, which are very popular that work together when it comes to airports. Apparel or gear retail, and just about anything that ends with a possible profit within the business and things that can end up with partnerships. Extra partnerships can be formed to bring in basically extra revenue. So some real world examples here. On the left, you can see this 94 Paints company. Basically, what 94 Paints does is it gives the consumer almost like an art form, something to do, and in return, the consumer will pay 94 Paints for their cans. Same thing with Uber. If you need a place to go, you can call an Uber, you can pay Uber, and basically Uber will take you wherever you need to go. I like to bring up La Sportiva as well. It's kind of like an outdoor brand. And I like to bring this up because it really highlights the partnerships that can be formed to bring in extra revenue. Sportiva is very good with sponsoring athletes as well as teaming up with other brands, which can basically bring up more advertisements, more marketing, which will bring extra revenue, which is the basis of all commercial enterprise. So I kind of see motivations for commercial enterprise as modern commercial enterprises aim towards profiting self-interests of individuals, as in the company, but in a way where almost everyone can participate. And modern commercial enterprise allows the business to succeed by earning profits, but also benefits the customer with usually fair trades for products and services. And what I mean by this is basically having that motivation for commercial enterprise for the, let's say, owner of the business is the owner wants to sell as much product as possible at a reasonable price where he can make profit and be successful. But at the same time, he needs to be able to tend to the consumer and provide still fair products or good services and good products at a fair price. And this will allow basically success of the person owning the business as well as the consumers. All right, so I like to bring up this quote from the reading, and it basically encapsulates what I was talking about in the previous slide. And the quote goes by, "Whenever these traders or merchants left for such a voyage to foreign lands, they took leave of their relatives amid great ceremonies, in accordance with ancient rites. They remained absent many years, and when they returned, they brought back great riches, as in many treasures." What this means is these traders are working for themselves by creating products to sell. They see the need for these products, so they decide to work for themselves in a way where they can create these products or get these products and then in return flip them and sell them to consumers. So that brings me to the next bullet point. The traders in return are helping the consumers by working hard to create products and services that will, at the end of the day, help the consumers. And this is a great way to look at it, whereas if you're the owner of a business, at the end of the day, you need to make money. That's the reason why you're in this business, is to make money. But in order to make money, you need to pay attention to the consumer and understand what the consumer wants. So building off of what I said in the previous slide, modern commercial enterprises do focus on the community and the customers. But at the end of the day, they care more about earning profits of the individual, such as the owner of the company. It really is a trade-off. Without customers, they will not have profits, so they must care for the customers. And in order to benefit individually, as in
the owner of the company or the people you need to pay off for their labor, your company has to really care for your customers. And this is a great real world example here. Common Sol Bicycles, and they're a direct consumer brand. And they're especially put under this pressure because direct consumer brands don't have that face-to-face business to consumer interactions. So they really have to take care of their customers, tend to them, and make sure that they are happy in order to make more money.